Start.
I thought that there was another guy that was supposed to be here.
There should have been, but he died.
Really?
He's dead.
Makes me very sad.
Makes me sad too.
No.
Why
Third
did our friend
guy.
have to die?
No.
Third
No.
guy. It happens to the best of us, Chris.
Well, in any case, my name is Chris.
My name is Trey.
And we are the Console Freaks. This is Castlevania 4. Super Castlevania 4.
Super.
Because
Castlevania
Nintendo.
4. Belmont.
Yep, I called myself Belmont.
Look at this.
And yeah, so another platformer game, and that's going to be fun.
These graphics, though.
Yeah, these graphics. Very excited about this one. I was really excited about doing it.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorite platformers of all time.
Oh, you were trying to? Were you trying to show off the moonwalk?
Yeah, gotta show off the moonwalk.
That's one thing I found really funny about this. Whenever you first showed it to me, so you can moonwalk up the stairs. Oh my goodness.
No, I don't want to go. I don't want to. No.
I want to go.
Don't let me go. You can actually walk off the edge there and die.
you should have done it.
No.
Just
I need
show
every
people.
life I can.
Nah. You're pro at this game, Chris. You don't need lives.
Not
The skeletons
even.
can moonwalk too. So look at they're better at it than you are.
So, this game is the fourth game in the Castlevania series.
Yep.
It was the first Castlevania game to come out on the Super NES. I don't remember when it came out, actually.
I don't know either. I don't really know a lot about Castlevania.
You
You're more of a professional than I am.
I'm not even. I'm not. I'm gonna
You
warn you
played
guys
this like a
right now.
professional
There's a
more
lot
than-
of like the first couple episodes, pretty minimal on the jump cutting.
Yep.
But later on,
Twirly
it's
whip.
everywhere.
I think that's the funniest thing in this game. Is just the whip. Whenever you like just
the dangly-
twirl it, the
dangly whip
dangly whip. Dangly whip.
It was interesting that I think the only time that they brought back that dangly whip
Yep.
was when in Symphony of the Night when you play as Richter.
Richter. I remember you saying like, this is the names of the Belmont family. Just makes no. They're so intimidating.
It is some of the most unmanly names for legendary vampire hunters. I mean, you got Simon and Richter and Trevor. All that we're missing is Keith Belmont. Oh, watch out for Keith.
Keith or David.
Yeah, David.
David Belmont. Brian Belmont.
I know guys named Brian, so if you're watching this, Brian, please don't be mad at me for making fun of your name.
We're calling you a whistle.
I'm not making fun of your name in particular.
Yes, he is. Pretty sure he is.
It's a very unthreatening name.
You're just not
Or
a
anybody
threatening
named
guy.
Keith, for that matter. I apologize for your parents naming you that.
Or Simon, or Lecter, or Trevor.
Yeah.
Hey,
Richter.
but I'm gonna say something that's not on topic here for a second. In Grand Theft Auto 5, Trevor, he's a pretty psychotic individual, and his name fits. He's absolutely psychotic.
Good point. Can I just comment on the music here for a second? Holy crap. Theme of Simon Belmont, so much epic. And it just gets more epic as time goes on. I love the soundtrack as a whole I find inferior to other soundtracks in the series.
Yeah.
Namely, in the classic games I'm talking about. I don't really involve myself much with the PlayStation titles and all that stuff. But of the classic games, I find it kind of a weak sauce in comparison to other ones. But man, does it have that. Occasionally, it just proves me wrong.
Yeah. Now, what console did Castlevania first come out on?
The first rendition of Castlevania under the name Castlevania was for the Famicom.
Oh yeah.
Or the NES in America.
American
and the first three games were on the NES, and this is the first one that came out on the Super NES.
Now some of platforming in this game is absolutely crazy hard.
Well, Castlevania is known for brutal platforming.
Especially whenever you jump on a certain platform, and whenever you jump on a certain platform, it'll like turn on you and you'll fall
Yeah,
off.
like those platforms up there and those ones right there. If you jump on them, then they'll flip. But you don't necessarily have to jump on them.
Yeah.
So this
Boss
is the
battle?
first boss.
Ooh.
Random boss battle. Ooh, I'm an evil.
Riding a skeleton horsey. Take this. Take the dangly whip. Take it.
This guy really is a pushover. Not hard at all.
Also, you have to defeat
especially when you have the knives to abuse.
That's like
Trying to go all Meta Knight on me. He was watching
like
our
a
Kirby
sub weapon
playthrough.
with the knives, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and like you only have a certain amount of those, don't you?
Yeah, the hearts that you get are not health. They are ammunition for your sub weapons.
So misleading. So misleading. Don't do this to us.
However, the pot roasts are health.
The food is health. The heart are weapons.
Now I'm gonna apologize. You guys are gonna see some pretty iffy jump cuts, particularly around the beginning of stages, and that's just because the way I was recording this was I was recording using an emulator.
Yep.
Because up to the point where I was recording this, we didn't have the ability to record off of our consoles. We didn't have our hog, and now we do. So that's great.
Was he invisible? That's unfair.
It's just leaves.
Oh, okay.
Leaves.
Ooh.
But some of the quality on this game, like there was some hiccups, some technical hiccups and stuff, and I was using save states for the ease of recording because I can't imagine recording something like this without save states.
Yeah, definitely.
It would just
Especially
be painful and tedious, and on the off chance that I did beat the levels, it would look so bad.
Yeah.
Like my playing would just be terrible. Because I didn't do a test playthrough. I just
started
went right into it.
Correct, straight into it, yeah.
So, do you got anything else to say, Trey? Anyway, so this is the second stage. Kind of a little marshy forest motif. And that's something that I really find interesting about this game in particular. The level layouts, they kind of give you different environments with each level.
Yep.
And I can appreciate that because they don't use like they don't recycle. The only thing you'll find them recycling a lot is enemies. They don't recycle environments or stuff like that. Not usually, at least. And that's something that I can really appreciate when it comes to games, because you get a lot of platformers that kind of like with Mario or something, that the worlds can start looking very similar. It's
Kirby.
hard to, or Kirby, God.
Now,
But anyway.
what's like the story behind Castlevania? Because I don't really like I said before, I don't really know that much about Castlevania or anything.
Well, as of this point in time, Dracula's bad. We must kill him.
Like I was
That's it.
like reading some stuff on it, and didn't Dracula come back like 12 times?
Oh yeah,
Why
Dracula's
doesn't he just die?
because apparently it's the spiteful ones that live forever. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's what it is.
Ooh,
But-
meat hidden in the wall.
Yep, pot roast, pot roast.
The best type
The-
of pot roast.
Yeah, I can't. I've been looking for Grandma Dracula's secret recipe.
Grandma Drac.
Yeah, Granny Drac.
Gammy Drac.
Gammy Drac. And see, here's another thing that kind of it can be irksome,
Yeah.
if that is a real word. It's a word for me. When you've got a sub weapon like the boomerang, like I've got, and you're going along and you end up picking up another sub weapon, you can't. It just replaces the one that you have.
Yeah, yeah.
and you can't get it back unless you find a spot with it.
Yeah,
That can be really annoying.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially when you have like double and triple shots.
Yeah. Like if you have a sub weapon that you really enjoy having.
Yeah.
And then they place a sub weapon into place and you have to go.
Now that boss is really easy if you just duck and use your whip. You can, but like I didn't.
So him, her, whatever it was. It looked like a she.
It was Medusa.
Medusa.
Yep.
Medusa.
It was a she.
I think.
It was a she.
Yeah, it was a she. Medusa's a woman, I swear.
Last I knew. These spikes over here can kill you.
Which
Not
ones?
the ones the orange ones.
Yeah.
The ones that I just pointed to with my whip.
Those spikes. I'm not pointing at a screen anymore. I'm pointing at it with my whip.
But yeah, the bleak environments I can really get down with in this game, and I really appreciate how well it sets you.
Yeah.
You know.
It really sets the mood of the game. It really does.
Yeah, and the music only just helps that. Like this is one of the more atmospheric soundtracks, and it very much shows.
Yep.
You know, there's a couple tunes that are pretty rockin'.
Yeah.
But for the most part, those tunes are like at the end you get the remixes of Vampire Killer and Bloody Tears and Beginning, and you know those are the more hoppin' tunes.
More hoppin'. The tunes that the young kids listen to nowadays.
Yeah. Those are the more poppin' fresh.
Poppin' fresh tunes. My goodness.
Yeah, so we're already at stage 3, and I don't think I've died yet, so that's fun.
Or you could.
But
this is
not.
No, I'm just kidding.
I actually think I did do this first part without dying.
Yeah. Oh, more spikes.
Yeah,
never get
spikes are
enough of the
instant death, by the way. In classic platformer fashion.
And then this, whatever this is.
As per usual.
They get smaller and multiply.
Yeah. They're not really hard. I mean, especially when you have your whip extension.
Yeah.
They're pretty easy to take care of. Which brings me to another point. In this game, as well as other games in the Castlevania series, the level layout gives you a lot of opportunities to take care of obstacles safely.
Yep.
Like, it's actually pretty rare that they screw you over with bad level design.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much how you choose to deal with the enemy placement that can decide whether or not you have an easy or rough time with it. That being said, though, it is in fact a classic Castlevania game, and it does like to remind us of that.
We can take your life if we need it.
Yeah.
If need be.
There was a lot of times where I wasn't paying attention and
Yep.
whip dangle.
Dangle.
And I received punishment for that.
Mm-hmm.
I should also talk about the new stuff that this game adds. This is one of the few like side-scrolling platforming Castlevania games that actually gives your character mid-air control.
Yep. Not a whole lot though.
Not a lot.
Just enough to
but
get
it's better than
not at all.
It's better than commitment jumps.
Yep. All or nothing.
Yeah, all or nothing.
Yeah. And I remember you telling me this before. They also added where you can throw your whip in 8 different directions.
Yes, you can up, down, side to side, and all the diagonal.
Diagonals.
And that can be immensely helpful. And I'm
especially
not
since
sure.
He was talking about the level design and how they can help you out at certain times.
Yeah.
Like what you showed before, whenever
Well, I mean,
you was facing one of those things, you was just hitting it in a diagonal.
I mean, even look at that, where I took out that that plant thing with, you know, just careful enemy placement. Those things can be killed.
Wasn't that also new for this game as well? The like the swinging.
Oh yeah, because of your fluid whip actions, you can swing on little hooks, and it makes for some interesting platforming, though it can get annoying, and
I bet.
you'll see later in the game.
I wouldn't doubt it at all.
But like these spots are where I'm talking about with being able to assess your environment and your next challenge safely, and decide how to deal with it. You know, that's something that, especially in platformers, can be really annoying.
Yeah, it actually is good that they let your whip go through the obstacles, like through the ground, in order to hit your opponent.
Yeah, because I mean, if they didn't, then
we'd be screwed. Yeah, because there's certain things you just can't get on unless that thing's gone. And you can't hit it any other way.
I think this is my first death right here.
Oh, that knockback.
And I actually died twice here. It was really stupid. But I took it was to that eye enemy, knocked me off.
Now, whenever you're using that that sub weapon there,
boomerang, yes.
Do you get it back whenever?
Like when it comes back?
Yeah.
No. Ammo is not. You don't get your ammo back.
That'd be cool if you could, though, since it is a boomerang, of course.
Yeah. I don't really know many. I'm trying to think of games that actually do that. Like if you have a boomerang-like sub weapon or a weapon.
Yeah.
That you get your ammo back.
You actually got really lucky there. Yeah.
Knockback is never that forgiving.
They'll probably get you again later to make up for that. I did not think you.
I get really lucky at a lot of these things. In a lot of these platforming and enemy sections.
And now you know where they got the idea. Where Marvel got the idea of Spider-Man.
Oh,
Castlevania.
My brain didn't put that together for a minute.
What is Spider-Man?
I kind of like this little jazz flute thing going on here.
To make it better, there's skeletons.
Ron Burgundy playing in the background. But that platforming section it sucks so bad because it's so precise.
Yeah, and you can't jump at all.
You can't really. And if you're off by even a little bit, you'll end up, dead.
Yeah.
Now this particular skull dragon fire breathing enemy, if you kill him from below, you get a lot of ammunition.
Now why is he there exactly? Because you're just gonna go up the steps and.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where you can choose to take him out that way, like I did, or you can attack him from below and get all that, all those hearts that he dropped. Which, I mean, I did it a couple times when I was like when I was trying to record, and it just proved to be more trouble than it was worth.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, water. Oh, the water's rising.
A familiar boss if you've played other Castlevania games. A ridiculously easy boss.
Launch octopus.
Launch octopus. Not
tentacles.
Quite.
That's not tentacles. Those are dragons.
Now, another thing that this game introduced... Well, no, it wasn't introduced by this game. Never mind. But another thing that this game did really well was about how your whip can be used to defend against projectiles.
Yeah.
Almost every projectile can be blocked with your whip. And
really
that can make for, like, some really intense battles if you don't know how to use it properly. If you do, then...
then it's good for you.
Yeah,
because you
good
can
on
avoid
you.
getting hit a lot.
But if it's one of those things that it's part of the learning curve to the game that if you can do it well, then you're gonna have a lot easier time.
Yep.